Rec Room's latest event, the War of Harvest Nobles. It was an event where basically the entire Rec Room community was split into 3 teams. Bananas, grapes, and carrots. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining exactly how I got here, how many tokens I've spent, and how I destroyed absolutely everyone. Oh, and some other crazy stuff down the line. This is the 12-day tomato war. This is day 0, the very beginning before the event even started. I and all the other Rec Room YouTubers were given the opportunity to choose which team or color they preferred to be on. I chose orange, the carrots, just because orange is basically my brand color. At first, I didn't feel like... Ignore him, he's from my last video. At first, I didn't feel like I wanted to participate at all, which is why I only started participating 5 hours after the event had already started. Although, 2 hours into the event, here's what the chart looked like. Remember, I'm in the carrots team, with bananas in first, carrots in second, and grapes in third. And if you scroll down, it would show you all the players who have the most points in general. The top noble section shows the Rec Room YouTubers who selected to be on that team. Now, remember these rankings because this will be the first and only time bananas were anywhere near first place ever. Good job, ER. Speaking of, exactly 30 minutes after that, grapes were in the lead by a mile. And that is when I joined. I started a live stream where all I did was experiment with different ways to score points, and I wasted a concerning amount of tokens doing so. Like, I would compile up giant lobbies of people and gifted hundreds of baskets to people who are on my team. Oh, and we would bully anyone on the opposite teams, of course. But here's how I got scammed out of 100,000 tokens. While gifting people from my chat, I didn't realize that the icons that showed up on players' profiles were always orange, no matter the team.
Tomatoes are being thrown at in the rec center. Only we have this many because I'm financing all of you. Get them all, boy, get them all. Juicy Jumbo, Juicy, are you 40? All right, I trust you. They are grape? No, that was orange. Why is it orange? Bro, I'm complaining about this.
Yeah, guys, you're welcome. The last event where you would score points and stuff was a glitch grenade event where if you threw grenades at people, it would tag them. But in that event, you could only tag 1 person total. Like, each individual person was worth 1 point. So at first, for this event, I was under the impression that you could only score 1 point per person. So I went lobby to lobby in public, hitting anyone I saw on opposite teams, except, well, I kind of sucked at that.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Meow. Meow. Get this off my Spotify.
But after 50 minutes of doing that, I discovered some elite ball knowledge.
Wait. Yo, Canada. Guys, this is info we keep in between us. Orange team, listen. You can hit the same person multiple times.
With that newfound info, I invited Canada into my dorm and we bombarded him with tomatoes since he was on the grapes team. Well, until I had another idea.
We got. I know what to do.
I gathered up some fans in a room, put the non-carrot people on one side and froze them, drew a line on the floor, and made the other side, the carrots, just bombard the victims. But that idea quickly fell apart because the people on the carrot team kept missing their shots. So instead, I built a pit where I would put all the non-carrots and got everyone else to throw tomatoes at them. But alas, that was also not sustainable. So I had Canada scale up really big and stand next to the platform.
Oh, that's super easy to hit. Do all of these count? Wait, guys, I don't think we need you anymore.
Well, except there was a problem. Usually when you hit someone, a green aura appears around them. But when we hit the scaled up Canada, the effect wouldn't show up. So we weren't exactly sure if the hits were counting or not.
Now, hit me. Oh, it's working. Okay, guys, we can hit the big target. Yo, Pit, I appreciate your work. You've been retired, though, so no hard feelings.
So the pit was retired. Thank you, soldiers. And now the real grind begins. And just like that, day 1 has come to a close. Here were the team rankings. Oh, and I was 10th on the people leaderboard. Day 2 began with gifting tomato baskets being broken, so that's nice. Either way, on this day, I started optimizing my strat as much as possible. First, I started with the classic of just having a skilled up person in front of me while I throw tomatoes at them. But then I thought, aiming the tomatoes is getting kind of annoying. What if I didn't have to aim? And so I built this pit. Since tomatoes don't actually splatter until they've hit the player, the idea was, if I put the scaled up player at the bottom of the pit, throwing the tomatoes down there would just count automatically because they would just roll towards the target. On paper, it sounded perfect. But in reality, it didn't really work. The tomatoes would despawn before even hitting the target, and they would fling out the dropper very often. This stuff was starting to get really stressful because other players were starting to catch up, and I didn't have a solid strategy to go off of. So I continued experimenting, trying to manipulate the tomatoes with circuits or somehow manipulate gravity in a way that moved all the tomatoes in a certain direction, but none of that would work. Until a few hours into day 2, I had an idea so big that it would be the foundation of my strategy from here on out. Basically, instead of having to aim for the target at all, why not just be directly inside the hitbox of the target? To the point where you don't even have to throw anywhere at all because you're already inside the player. Yo, pod. Dropping the tomato would automatically count the point because you're already there. Oh, and if you're wondering why it's wearing that rainbow thing on its head, it's because that way I can see the bounds of the head from the inside. This strat was so good, in fact, that I jumped up to first place in literally 2 hours of grinding with it. And I stayed first place for the rest of the event. Or did I? Because the more I grinded, the more I was running into a problem, getting the tomatoes. See, I have the tokens to buy as many as I need, but was I really about to spend all of my money on virtual tomatoes? And so a few people volunteered to help me. It was here when I realized that this was my peak. Rootforged came all together on one goal, to win. But it was short-lived. Unfortunately, the tomatoes began to run dry and my team had other things to do, but I wasn't finished. I knew if I wanted to win, sacrifices had to be made. But I didn't care about coming first. I had my eyes set on a bigger prize. Something so exclusive, only the Rec Room YouTubers had access to it. And the prize is, well, I'll tell you about that a little later. Pretty much nothing notable happened. I think I grinded tomatoes, but I can't really remember if it was for a while or not. In fact, this day was so uninteresting that all I can find from it was a clip where I tried to gift Canada tomatoes on his alt account. It didn't work, and my game crashed.
Backpack other. My game just closed!
A bunch of notable things happened. I optimized my tomato placing and usage strategy by 1000%. First, I thought to myself, what would be an easier way to place tomato baskets? Because usually when you want to place food items from your backpack, you have to spawn it in, grab it, let it drop, and wait for stupid gravity to do its thing, right? So what if instead of waiting for gravity, we forced it down? So I spawned an invisible collision that covered the whole platform, but left a little gap between the floor and the height of a tomato basket. Then I made it only collide with objects and not players, which resulted in the fact that when a tomato is dropped, it won't wait for gravity, but will instead instantly snap to the floor because of the collision, making spawning them way faster.
Holy shit, this is so much faster.
And then, yet another idea. What if you didn't even have to drop the basket at all? What if when you grab the basket, it would automatically be dropped literally the instant you grabbed it? So I got my friend Jugsu, who knows how to use CV2, and here's the result from that. This was revolutionary, and it wouldn't even stop there. I had yet another idea. What if I didn't even have to move after placing the basket down? What if the circuits just moved me automatically? So we did that, and here's the result. We even set up a big toggle button to toggle the system on and off. Things were looking beautiful, but apparently they wouldn't stay that way. You see, in the video partner Discord, when Rainux posted a picture of the leaderboard talking about how there's only 2 Unripened in the top 15, a Rec Room dev replied with, "Just stay tuned, that's all I will say." All good. Okay, nothing ominous. And since there was nothing ominous to be concerned about, we began the grinding. And with that, day 4 comes to an end. Here's what the leaderboard looked like right after we made that and after day 4. This day, I took a bit of a break, didn't really do much up until like 10 p.m. Because remember that stay tuned thing the dev said the other day? Well, out of nowhere, because we were absolutely destroying the other team, Rec Room decided to give the other teams a 2-time score boost. And I had no idea how long it would last. People on our team did not like it, and I had to lock in. So I invited Ace the narrator to my farming room, gave him a bunch of tomatoes, and we got to work.
Ace, Rumi's watching.
Huh?
Rumi's watching.
I'll report you. Yeah, I'm Rumi.
And he's watching.
I don't like
watching
Rumi
you.
watching. Oh my god, the Great Tomato War.
Did I call the YouTube video that? I was thinking how I broke Rec Room's latest event or something like that.
Yeah, that works.
We did so much grinding that at some point we just decided to mess around. I built a box and we just filled it to the brim with tomato baskets.
It is pretty fun to watch it fall and then slowly orient it itself.
Thank you, Goblin. You two are still stinking. I think they queue up the...
They probably do.
Yeah, they queue up the stink clouds.
Ew. Yeah, I smell like Rec Room video partner program.
That do stink. Goblin?
Goblin, you good?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
All right, and now I use them. Oh my lag.
And that was pretty much day 5. And thankfully, we stayed first. Woke up today and I still had hundreds of baskets to spare, and my team and I were way ahead of anyone else. That wouldn't last long though, but I didn't know that yet. For now, all I knew was that we were ahead despite of the boost the other teams were given. So I decided to go check up on how the second place player, Rex, is doing. Turns out his strat is the most bare bones thing I have ever seen. He literally just spawns tomato baskets around an alt account and throws tomatoes at it. It's good, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near what we were doing. So I decided to give him a bit of wisdom.
Nice, nice. Oh, just so you know, if you get anywhere near me, I will pop 100,000 tomato baskets. Yo, Rex, why don't you... Have you tried self-scaling on the alt? Yeah, giving it maker pen and it just scales up really big. Yeah, that's one of the parts of my strat. One of the pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah, for some reason, the desktop audio wasn't recording, so you couldn't hear his reaction. And that was pretty much it for day 6. Here's the rankings if I have them. Now, hold up, buddy. Hold up. This is the middle of the video. I'm gonna ask you politely to subscribe, and if you don't, we'll just sleep with one eye open, buddy. All right? All right, back to the video. Today would be a tough day. I woke up to people on the opposite teams accusing me of unironically rigging the event, which is kind of ironic considering the other teams were literally given an unfair boost for 24 hours. I really think Bear needs to be investigated. This event feels rigged. In a few hours a day, he managed to get 35,000 points, making him 12,000, give or take, higher than second place. Then he got to 40K. But aside from all the drama, Vineguard was secretly trying to catch up, so I started grinding again around 3 p.m. Oh, and sometimes the tomatoes I would throw would clip, fling out, and hit the toggle button midway through farming somehow. But I persevered, and when I was done with all my tomato baskets, I decided to take a well-deserved break. But you know who couldn't take a break? The banana team, because they were a staggering 200,000 points behind. I felt so bad that I gave them a step-by-step tutorial on exactly how to use my strategy.
Hello, Enlightenment District. This is the BearDaBear technique, and I'm gonna show it to you here.
Now that they had the strat, they needed the stock, because they were also running out of tomato baskets. So what did I do?
I sent ER Gaming 100 tomatoes, and Rainux said, send me also 100. I have no tomatoes. And then I said, only if you go into the VPP Nobles chat and praise me for having done it so they can like me. What?
Now, remember when I showed you this screenshot like, what, 30 seconds ago? Well, you might have noticed that Rootforged and Unripened were literally right next to each other. Well, that's because around 11 p.m., Vineguard magically caught up to us, and we were 10,000 points behind. What the fuck? So I obviously had to lock in once more. And while farming, Ace gave me another idea to improve my strat. And here it is. Yep, just drew a square on the floor. It works way better than you think. At this point, it's 1 a.m. I'm tired, and I checked the leaderboard.
Oh, I'm 2K. Oh, yeah, you're right.
We were catching up. So I slowed down a bit. We finished all our baskets, and we were planning on using just a bit more. So I went ahead and gifted Ace just a little bit of baskets, except...
Here, man. Take another 50.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, you just gave me another 300.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll get to work then.
I did not mean to do that, but might as well just use them, right? I stayed up till 3 a.m. farming tomatoes, so I went ahead and got some well-deserved sleep. This day, don't have much documented. I assume I just farmed in peace without any interruptions or crazy things happen. What I do have, though, is this. Since Unripened were still a staggering 200,000 points behind, Rainux put out an announcement in his Discord server to encourage his team. Oh yeah, and those were the placements. We were only 17,000 points ahead of Vineguard. I'm being threatened. Apparently, while I was sleeping, some ancient fossil of an account named Avestra woke up from his grave and started grinding his ass off like a maniac, and is now second place on the leaderboard, getting close to passing me. Was he cheating? Was this a stolen account? I don't know. And to top it all off, he was on Vineguard, which was terrible for me because they're now starting to catch up a little too well.
Oh, Avestra is getting ahead.
In fact, just because of Avestra, they went from 10,000 points away to 700 points away from us. So I confronted him through a series of chat messages. I tried persuading him to stop, I tried begging him to stop, I tried seducing him to stop, but nothing worked. So alas, I declared war, and I will do everything in my power to make sure he loses. And then I went Betty Bye and fell asleep. And so with 2 days left on the clock, I instantly got to work because Avestra was 4,000 tomatoes away from catching up. But you see, what I didn't realize these past 10 days is that Recroom has been promoting a $1 deal for 55 tomato baskets. Up until now, I've been using tokens. So instead, now that I found out about this deal, I started making alt accounts, purchasing the deal over and over, and then got to work.
Oh, yeah.
You look crazy right now, dog.
Yeah. How do you think I look in real life?
You got a darn clanker placing your tomatoes now?
And so I farmed and I just kept on farming for this finale. And after 4 real-life hours of doing so, here were the scores. 6,000 points in the lead, with Unripened still not feeling too well. Oh, and I got a healthy amount away from Avestra on the main leaderboard with a 7,000 point difference. But I couldn't sleep yet because they were still going. It's as if their entire team locked in. Or was my strat leaked? Or did they figure it out themselves? I didn't know. All I did know is that I need to keep going. 3 hours later, the scores looked like this. 5,000 point difference. I needed help, so I straight up just messaged people on my team to let them know that they needed to lock in. At this point, it's 1 a.m. I wanted to go to sleep, but then...
Wait, is this real?
What? They made baskets of tomatoes 75% off of the original price? So I just got to spending 250 gifts of tomatoes left and right for anyone willing to help me. Day 11, the last official day. For this final part of the video, I'm going to put a clock somewhere up on the screen that shows you exactly what time it was for me while talking. With 20 hours left on the clock, I checked the leaderboard and guess what I see? I see, well, we'll get to that in just a second. Before the leaderboard, there are two things I want to talk about. Number one, the 75% off deal from yesterday was already gone, and I did not know it was only going to be available for a few hours. So I didn't capitalize on it as much as I should have. But the rare time where I did, here's how long it took to gift 250 baskets. I'm going to keep playing this in the corner so you can see how long it is. Number two, remember when I was saying there was this super exclusive thing that only Rec Room YouTubers had access to earlier? Well, that exclusive thing is actually a prize that we were promised. And this prize was a permanent monument in the rec center for the YouTubers of the contest who contributed the most to their teams. That is what's been driving me to absolutely win this at all costs. Oh, and here's a clip of me finding out that this monument is permanent and will have my name on it. Plan for it to be permanent. Permanent! Oh my god, dude. Permanent! So now that you know about that, let's check the leaderboard for when I woke up. I checked and I see this. These little rascals passed us. Who did they think they are? So I got to work. Look at this little guy go. That's got to be at least 3 tomatoes. And meanwhile, oh, that's not good. That's fine. Restart that. And in the meantime, let's get Dude to help us out. Now that's more like it. At this rate, we'll be back to first place in absolutely no time. And you know what? Throw myself in there while I'm working on the alt account and while Dude is helping. There we... Oh, that's not good. Okay, whatever. There is good news. Look at this. We're 1,000 points ahead. Hold on. Only 1,000? Oh, god damn it. How much time is left anyway? Okay, that's fine. We picked up the pace and didn't stop. And after 2 entire hours, we were 5,000 points behind. I could feel this was going to be a hard battle, and we were going to have to keep going if we wanted to secure victory. And as you may have expected, I proceeded to spend the rest of the day just farming tomatoes, is what I would say if I actually did that, because I secretly took like a 2-hour break, which may or may not have caused Vineguard to now only be 400 points behind. But I was so shocked that they caught up that fast that I actually asked a developer working on the event if they were given a 2x boost again, which the answer to that was no. So I got back to grinding, and I wasn't the only one. In this 20-minute long video that I sped up because the audio broke, you can see Rex, JC, and Ace on an alt account helping me. An hour after that, and we had a 20,000 point advantage. Another hour, 22,000 points. Another hour, 21,000. Another 2 hours, 17,000. And that is when I slept for 6 hours, where I have 2 screenshots. One was taken at 4:21 a.m., which shows Vineguard 10,000 points behind, and another an hour later that shows Vineguard 9,000 points behind. 2 hours later, I woke up.
We just need to do one more batch, and I think you have this win in the bag. We are 2 hours and 20 minutes left in this event. You need to push. You gotta do this shit. Otherwise, all the money, all the time you have spent will all have gone to waste. You need to do this one final fucking push, or it's all over. Are you ready?
And oh boy, was I ready. So I got to work and bought almost 1,000 tomato baskets on an alt account, logged out, logged back in, and was prompted with 2-factor authentication, which I wasn't prompted with at first, and I don't have the 2FA anymore, so I lost the account. Now is the last hour of the event. What you're about to see is the last hour of the event, recorded by me and edited by my good pal, Weird Guy. Enjoy.
So you guys plan on doing this for like a while? Because that would be great.
We're doing this until the event ends.
What the heck? Oh, that freaking sucks.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna have severe carpal tunnel.
It's gonna be worth it. Whoa. Slow down. They're not being counted. Holy shit.
Oh, Jesus. Listen, we're trying to be fast.
Yeah, I noticed. I'll take your spot.
There we go.
All right, ready.
I'm starting to aim down.
Some of them fling to the sun, so.
I got so many empty baskets.
Slow down. Servers are not liking this.
Here, Hunter, you want to stay on the right side? I'll just get the left side.
So cooperative. I'm tearing up. Bro, they are 100 points off. It updated.
What?
100 points off. Yo, guys, these lines aren't looking very straight.
Incredibly uneven.
All right, loading. I'm taking your spot. Maybe the real baskets are the tomatoes we harvest along the Noble. Bro, the instance is unstable. In a second, we're all gonna get like disconnected to our dorms.
Oh. Teamwork makes the teamwork.
No, I think it's Dream.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh. And done. Go. Don't worry, I'll spot. Let's count. 5, 5,
4,
3,
4,
2, 1.
Whoa.
Rankings will take a few hours to tally after the event is over.
I know
Yo, why are they 200 ahead?
Wait,
Oh,
no,
fuck.
we won! We won!
We won.
What is
Wait.
going on?
We won.
And so here were the final results. Good job, Unripened. I'm proud of you. Bringing this whole fiesta to a grand total of, drum roll please, around 2.5 million tokens. Rec Room, if I don't get that statue, I will be pursuing legal action. Kidding, not kidding, not kidding, not kidding. New videos every Friday, that's a lie. This video, I am now on my 13th page of this script. This took 4 weeks to make, which is very concerning. If you made it this far, comment literally anything. Oh, and I accept every single friend request on Rec Room. Thank you, channel members. I'll see you next time. Or not, I'm quitting. Bye-bye. Okay, listen to me. I'm not supposed to be here telling you this, but I have a conspiracy theory with evidence to back it up. Number 1, all promotional material for this event, including the golden shield that you get for winning or being in the top 15 or whatever. In the middle, there's the carrot with a crown. The carrot, Rootforged, my team. Number 2, coach, right? The coach account was assigned to Rootforged, the carrot team. That's not a coincidence. Number 3, Gribbly, right? One of the founders of Rec Room loves carrots. Big fan of carrots. What team was I in? Carrots. Now, I don't know what this means, but I think the contest might have been rigged for our team, and I'm not really sure.